Hello everyone, and welcome to Sleepy Moon Storytime. Today's story is called The Wise Girl, so cozy up and enjoy the story. Once upon a time, in a village far away, there lived a hard-working peasant with his family. Both he and his wife loved children, and they were blessed with 4 daughters and then 4 sons. They lived modestly in a small house, and while the mother and father worked hard each day to earn money to buy food, the oldest daughter took care of her younger siblings. She was wise and calm, and she taught her brothers and sisters to behave properly. One day, the lord who owned the land they lived on wanted to reward them for their hard work, so he offered them a bigger house to live in. In return, they would help him with the gardening. The peasant gladly agreed, and the family was happy to move into a larger home. However, their neighbor was a rude and spiteful man who resented having a poor peasant as a neighbor. Every day he looked for a reason to complain to the Lord. It so happened that one day the neighbor's cow died on the peasant's land. Immediately, the mean neighbor went to the Lord to complain, claiming that the peasant had killed his cow. "I demand that this peasant pay for my cow. I don't care that he has no money. If he cannot afford to pay for it, then you must evict him from the house," the neighbor insisted. "My lord, I did not kill his cow. I had no reason to do so," replied the peasant. "But I am poor and barely earn enough to feed my family. I cannot afford to pay for his cow," he added. The Lord was torn. He knew the peasant had a good heart, but he also did not want to upset the neighbor. After thinking for a moment, he spoke. "I have an idea to resolve this issue. I will send you both home with a riddle. Justice will be on the side of the one who can solve it. Return tomorrow at the same time with your answer," said the Lord. "The riddle is this: what is the fastest thing that a man possesses?" The peasant and the neighbor went home. When the neighbor arrived, he told his wife how confident he was about winning, as there was surely nothing faster than his horse. The peasant, however, came home looking worried. His eldest daughter asked him what had happened, and he told her about the riddle. "Father," she said, "when you go to see the Lord tomorrow, tell him that the fastest thing a man possesses is his thought. Nothing is faster than a thought." The next day, the peasant gave this answer to the Lord, who was amazed. The Lord confirmed that he was correct. Curious, he asked how the peasant had come up with such a wise answer. The peasant told him that it was his daughter who had helped. "I wish to meet your daughter," said the Lord. "If she can solve the next riddle, I will marry her. But she must come to me neither on foot nor riding, neither on the road nor by the side of the road, and neither dressed nor naked." The old man rushed home and told his daughter what the Lord had said. She thought for a few moments and then asked her father to bring her a goat and a fishing net. The next day, the peasant's daughter went to see the Lord. She wore nothing but her undergarments and the fishing net, so she was neither dressed nor naked. She rode the small goat, but her feet touched the ground and helped push her forward, so she was neither fully walking nor riding. The goat wandered from side to side, eating leaves from the bushes, so she was traveling neither on the road nor by the side of it. When she arrived, the Lord was surprised and pleased that she had solved the riddle. He asked for her hand in marriage. The only condition he set was that she must never solve riddles for the other peasants without his permission. They lived happily for years until one day, while the Lord was out hunting, 2 peasants came to the house seeking justice. "My lady," one said, "my cart had a broken wheel and I needed to till the soil. I borrowed a wheel from my neighbor. While I was working, my horse gave birth to a foal, and now he claims that the foal belongs to him because it was born while I was using his wheel." But the wise woman, remembering her promise, refused to give direct advice. Instead, she said, "I have never heard of a wheel giving birth, just as I have never seen a frog eat corn." The peasants were puzzled by her words, but after thinking for several days, they realized the meaning. Just as frogs don't eat corn, wheels don't give birth. They returned to thank her for helping them solve their own problem. When the Lord heard that she had given advice in his absence, he was furious. He told her she was free to take whatever she held dearest and return to her father's house. "Very well," she said, "but first I would like us to have a farewell party." The Lord agreed and invited all their friends and family. They danced and drank all night. Toward morning, when the Lord had fallen asleep from drinking, his wife placed him in a wheelbarrow and took him to her father's house. When he awoke, he asked, "Woman, what is the meaning of this? Why am I at your father's house?" "Well, my lord," she replied, "you told me to take what is most dear to me, and that is you." The Lord realized he had acted unfairly. He apologized to his wife and took her back home, where they lived happily ever after. The end. Thank you for listening to this episode of Sleepy Moon Storytime. If you want more stories, follow our podcast and have a good night.